Imagine hearing the woman you love, your wife, brag about hooking up with 3 men on a drunken spring break. And then weeks later she tells you she's pregnant. But none of those 3 men will answer her calls. What would you do? Would you stay, walk away, or demand the truth? Today's story isn't just about betrayal. It's about the devastating moment when trust shatters, and a husband is forced to question everything he thought he knew about his marriage. Welcome to Breakup, Cheater, where real stories of love, betrayal, and heartbreak come to life. Here we uncover the secrets people hide, the choices that shatter trust, and the moments that change everything. Each story pulls you in, keeps you guessing, and leaves you asking, what would you do? Cool story, I said, trying to keep my voice steady as I gripped the edge of the kitchen counter. My wife, Lauren, stood across from me, wine glass in hand, her laughter still echoing in my ears from the living room where her friends sat huddled, gossiping about their college days. I had only gone in to refill the chips bowl. I didn't mean to overhear. But then I heard her, my wife of 5 years, bragging like a teenager. Spring break was wild, she said, a sly smile in her voice. I hooked up with 3 guys that week. Best week of my life. There was a ripple of giggles, followed by one of her friends asking, "Does Matt know?" "Oh please," she scoffed. "We weren't even exclusive then. And even if we were, what he doesn't know won't hurt him." I stood frozen, chips in hand, my heart pounding so hard I thought the whole house could hear it. The cracks begin. Lauren and I had been together for 7 years, married for 5. We had built a life together. Small house, decent jobs, plans for kids, someday. I thought I knew her. I thought she was honest, grounded, maybe a little wild in her youth, but past that now. That night, after her friends left, I couldn't shake it. 3 guys, best week of my life. Those words gnawed at me. I tried to play it cool, to not seem like I'd been eavesdropping. But she noticed my silence. "You okay?" she asked, curling up on the couch beside me. "Yeah," I said flatly. "Just tired." But I wasn't tired. I was awake. More awake than I'd ever been. Awake to the fact that maybe the woman I married wasn't the woman I thought she was. Test in a box. A few weeks later, Lauren told me she was late. Not late for dinner. Late. She was never late. I remember the way she looked when she said it. Nervous, biting her lip, fingers fidgeting with her sleeve. We had been trying casually, not charting ovulation or anything, but we weren't using protection either. "I bought a test," she said quietly, holding up the box. My heart leapt, and not just with excitement. There was something else, something cold creeping in beneath my ribs. I remembered spring break. I remembered her laughter. 3 guys. "Want me to wait with you?" "Yes." She nodded. We sat on the edge of the bathtub as the timer ticked. The faint blue lines formed like a secret writing itself. Positive. She covered her mouth. Tears welled in her eyes. Happy tears, I thought. But then she whispered something I didn't expect. "What if it's not?" "Not what?" "Yes." Her eyes darted away. "Never mind." The calls she tried to hide. The next week was hell. Lauren became distant, jumpy, constantly on her phone, whispering in the kitchen, deleting messages as soon as they came in. One night I came home early from work. She was on the phone, her voice low, frantic. "I just need to know, okay? Please call me back. We need to talk about this." She hung up when she saw me, her face pale. "Who was that?" "Yes. Just work stuff," she said quickly. Too quickly. My gut twisted. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to trust her. But something inside me whispered she's lying. The truth unraveled. It didn't take long for the pieces to fall together. A week later, I woke up at 2 a.m. to the glow of her phone. She was asleep beside me, breathing slow and steady. The screen lit up with a name I didn't recognize. Ethan. I didn't want to be that guy, the snooping husband. But my hand moved before I could stop it. I opened the message. "You need to tell him, Lauren. It's the right thing to do." My blood ran cold. I scrolled up. The thread was short, just a few messages, but it was enough. Enough to know she had been contacting not one, but 3 men. The same 3 she had bragged about on spring break years ago before we married. She had been trying to see if any of them could be the father. I put the phone down and went to the kitchen. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning I sat her down. I didn't yell. I didn't throw accusations. Just asked, "Lauren, is this baby mine?" Her face drained of color. She tried to play dumb at first. "What are you talking about?" But I showed her the messages. She crumpled. "Matt, it was stupid. I was drunk that week. I thought I was over it. I didn't think it mattered because we weren't serious then. We were dating," I cut in. "You told me you were faithful." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't know this would happen. I didn't know I'd get pregnant and what? You'd call around like you're lost in a crowd, looking for the father." She sobbed, reaching for me, but I pulled away. My chest felt like it was splitting open. Waiting for the results. We scheduled a paternity test. 3 actually. She sent messages to all of them, Ethan, Cole and Ryan. None of them wanted anything to do with her. 1 blocked her. 1 said, "Lose my number." The last sent a single message. "Not my problem." I watched her break down over it. Part of me felt sorry for her. Part of me hated her. While we waited for the test, the house was silent. We ate in silence. Slept in silence. I worked late just to avoid being in the same room. At night, I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how everything had gone so wrong. Was it my fault for not seeing who she was sooner? Or hers for lying so easily? The day the results came, she sat on the couch with the envelope in her lap. Her hands shook. Mine did too. "Do you want to open it?" she asked. He nodded. I tore it open and read the words that would decide everything. 99.9% probability of paternity. Matthew Collins. It was mine. I should have felt relief. Something. But all I felt was empty. She burst into tears. "It's yours, Matt. It's ours. I'm so sorry for everything." But her apology didn't erase the weeks of doubt. The whispered calls. The betrayal. Friends told me to leave. My brother said, "She made her bed, let her lie in it." But it wasn't that simple. There was a child now. My child. I thought about the night I first met Lauren. Her laugh, her stubborn streak, the way she used to fall asleep with her head on my shoulder. I thought about the future we planned. Could I forgive her? Could I live with what she did? We went to counseling. First it was just shouting. Then, slowly it became talking. She admitted everything. How she lied about that spring break, how she wanted to seem cool in front of her friends, how she panicked when she realized she might have trapped herself in her own lies. "I never stopped loving you," she said one night, her voice raw. "I was stupid. I was scared. But I want to make this right." The ending you don't expect. It's been a year since then. Our son Caleb is 8 months old now. He has my eyes. Lauren and we're still together. Not because I forgot what she did. I didn't. But because I chose to stay. I chose to rebuild 1 brick at a time. Some nights, when the house is quiet and she's asleep beside me, I still hear her laughter from that night in the living room. Still stings. Trust, once broken, never comes back the same. Comes back with scars. But I also see her holding our son, singing softly to him. I see her trying, really trying to be better. To be honest. "Cool story," I had said that night, my heart breaking behind the words. Now it's a story we both live with. One we're still writing day by day. Betrayal doesn't always end in destruction. Sometimes it ends in a choice, a hard, messy, painful choice to stay and heal. I don't know if I'll ever trust her the way I once did. But I'm here. For now. And that's enough. When betrayal cuts this deep, the wounds never truly disappear. They leave scars that time can't fully heal. For this husband, the truth came with a choice. Walk away or rebuild from the ruins. And sometimes, the hardest decision is the one to stay and face the pain. What would you have done? Would you forgive? Or would you have left that night? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more real, raw stories of love, betrayal, and the truths that change lives forever.